Lupe Valencia. I'm one of Ryan's advisors. Ryan Garcia's here. His father's here, and his mother's here. Lisa and Henry. And one of the reasons that we wanted to have this conference call and interviews is to kind of clarify everything that's been in the press in the last couple of days about this fight. And we think it's really important because there's some stories that are half true, some things that are inaccurate, and we just wanted to set the record straight. So I'm going to make a statement about what transpired, and then we're going to take a couple questions so you guys can ask questions if we miss something, okay? Everybody got it?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So this is what happened. Ryan was training for this fight for 8 weeks. He was supposed to fight Avery Sparrow, which was a tough fight. And approximately on Tuesday, I was notified. Somebody told me, a good source of mine told me that Avery Sparrow had an arrest warrant. And, whenever I hear things like that, you try to, do more investigation. You can't just say publicly somebody's got an arrest warrant. These are real serious things. So I reached out to the attorney who represents Golden Boy, and I asked them if they had heard anything about this, if this was true or not. And he contacted me. He said, yes, this is true. We're working on it. We're going to hire a lawyer. The warrant is out of Philadelphia, and we're going to try to clear everything up. And I said, okay, I need to know as things are moving along because I got to make a decision if and when I tell Ryan if this doesn't get resolved, okay? So that's on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I again contact them and I said, please give me a status about what's going on with Avery. And he sends me a text message. They said, we got a lawyer in Philadelphia and it's been resolved. The fight is going to go forward. Everything is fine. And I said, perfect. Thank you. So that's Wednesday. So as of Wednesday, Golden Boy's lawyer informed me there's no problem. The warrant has been taken care of. So at this point, there's no reason to bother anybody in our camp about this, okay? And so that's what happened on Wednesday. So Wednesday's fine, Thursday's fine. Friday morning comes, and then they inform me about 11 o'clock that Avery had been arrested, okay? And it was a real shock to me because it had been represented to me that this issue had been resolved. So at this point, I have to talk to Ryan about it. But even before that, just so you guys can understand all the efforts that we made to try to help out, right. I myself personally went to the police station where Avery was being held and met with the U.S. Marshals who had arrested him because I wanted to clarify what happened, number one, and number two, whether there was any solution to this, whether there was any way to get him out of jail so that he could fight. And I spoke with the U.S. Marshals, and they explained to me that there was no way that they were going to release him because whatever lawyer they had hired in Philadelphia did not get in writing any clearance on the warrant. And as they understood it, there was still an active warrant, and they were taking him into custody. And that was it. And the story was over. And by the time, at this time, it's now 12:30, 12:45, and Ryan is at the weigh-in, and Ryan weighed in at 1:35 as he was supposed to. And then when I got back to the hotel, I had to inform Ryan what had happened. So when Ryan says he didn't know anything about this, he's 100% right. And Golden Boy's attorney made these representations to us, and we relied on these representations, and this is what happened. So during these conversations, we also had a very small discussion about a replacement if this did get resolved. And they said, they asked if we'd fight Duno. And I said, yes, but for more money. We weren't going to fight Duno for the same amount of money. Okay, that was the only discussion that happened before Friday about Duno. Okay, so Friday, now we have to find a replacement fighter. And all of a sudden, Ryan gets online and he learns that Eric Gomez had posted something indicating that Ryan believed Duno was too tough and therefore we don't want to fight him, which is a completely false statement. Ryan never said Duno was too tough, we don't want to fight him. Nobody on his team ever said that. It's completely false. and that upset Ryan as it would have upset any other fighter. So at that point, Ryan was really upset and said, I'll fight Duno. Ryan wanted to show that he'll fight Duno, that he's not afraid of Duno. And then we tried to about midnight last night to try to work out a deal. And we were not asking for a lot more. It was just a fraction more than what he was making, and they just would not pay. And we tried. Ryan's mother was on the phone at midnight trying to resolve this issue, and they just refused. They just refused to pay a little bit more, and he would have fought Duno. Okay? So it's not Ryan's fault that he didn't fight Duno. In fact, he was saying, make the fight happen. I want to show everybody that this is all a lie, and I'm going to knock him out. That was his position. And
I didn't want to fight anybody else. I didn't want to fight Peter Petrov. I didn't want to fight any of the names they were mentioning because I know what I came here for. And I came here to get my respect. And I knew I was going to get it if I beat Avery, and I'm not going to get it beating Peter. The only way I was going to get it after those statements were made online was to fight Duno. But I'm also not going to let myself be taken advantage and set up into a way where I'm cornered and I have to do whatever they say, and I have to, fight Duno for that mount that they always wanted me to. They made it get as close as they can to make it change like that, so I could be like, I have no choice, But, I said to myself, this is my chance to, stand my ground and get my respect no matter what, to prove my worth. And I've done this countless times before, I ask for what I want and they just say no, and the last minute I just say, all right, let's go, let's do it. And I fight and I win and it's spectacular. But, this time I said to myself, nah, not again. I'm not going to let myself keep on being used like that right to the last minute. You got to make a decision now or else you're not fighting or this, that. So I was like, you know what, this time I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to trust my instincts, my team, and just trust God got my back, because at the end of the day, what's the worst that could happen? It's their mistake, not mine.
And one more thing I just want to add real quick.
We want to add one more thing about Peter Petrov. They wanted Ryan to fight Peter Petrov, and they wanted him to weigh in at 143 pounds. And Ryan, 143.6, I believe. And Ryan had already weighed in the day before 135. So, this is the reality. That 143 pounds at the last minute isn't even really an option. But what Ryan says is really important. He wanted to fight Duno, and that was it. He wanted to show that everybody that this was a complete lie, and he wanted to show what he's all about. And it was not Ryan's fault it didn't happen. It's their fault that they didn't want to pay just a fraction more to make it happen.
And I want to make it clear, it wasn't even an outstanding number. It wasn't in the millions. It wasn't even $1 million, or even really relatively close to $1 million. It was a little bit extra, like chump change into the perspective. Like, it wasn't like I was like, oh, give me like $1 million, I'll do it. No, I was not even close to that number. I was like, all right, if you could just give me a little bit more, Lupe, for their mistake, I will be happy, and let's get it on. I'll prove to the world in front of everybody, because everybody was gonna watch now. Right. So I was like, let's do it. It's my chance to be great. But they just didn't let me. They didn't want me to be great. They decided to stand their ground, and you know what? That just shows that the people that supposedly are on my team felt like they weren't really on my team, because if I am the next superstar, like they say all the time, and a lot of people say it. Regardless of what you want to say about my boxing ability, it just proves that they're not really that behind me. If they were, it's a little bit fraction of what I asked for, and I could have fought Duno. And honestly, to me, Duno's not even a hard fight for me. He's a power puncher, but he gets hit a lot, and I know I can land punches, and I'm fast, and I'm quick. So to me, it wasn't going to be tough at all. But it's the fact that it's like I'm taking my integrity away. It just doesn't feel good. Like, oh, I get what I want because I pushed you guys to the last minute. Got you, even though, we could do anything. We could wait till the last minute and do you. So I was like, you know what? This is my chance. I'm not going to let it. Let's see where this goes from here. I'm just going to trust God, and that's how it happened.
And I just want to make it clear, Lupe mentioned that I was on the phone till midnight, and some news sources released that, the fight was on with Petrov, but Golden Boy was advised late last night that fight was not going to happen. So I don't know why it was reported this morning that it would. So.
And even for a lesser amount, here's the thing. This is what really got me upset, is that they want to fight Ryan. He's almost 9 pounds heavier. This isn't a sparring match. This is a actual fight, okay? On top of that, they want to pay less. Okay, so go figure. You're going to pay less. You're subjecting my son to a stronger guy. Okay, I mean, we know about him, but it's like, what are you doing? Who are you with? I mean, this is your fighter, Golden Boy. This is your fighter. Okay, Petrov is not your fighter. You're supposed to protect your fighters, okay? And another thing is that during the weigh-ins, they weighed Ivan Delgado. Yeah, he came in at 4 something overweight, okay? But they declared that fight is still going to go on. Okay, that fight today that fight's still gonna be shown today. So why would they even mention Duno? So they don't even care about Ivan Delgado. They were gonna push him to the curb. It's like, you don't do stuff like that. People have hearts. People have, families coming. People are selling tickets, and you're just gonna say, well, forget about Ivan. We're gonna say, you know what? Let's just have Ryan and fight Duno. See, that's wrong. You don't do stuff like that because it affects him as well. So it affects everybody. I wanted to make that very clear.
Any questions?
I have a quick question, yeah. So it's my comment here. Wait, they actually wanted to pay you less money to fight Petrov after you already agreed for his money with Sparrow? That wasn't even your fault?
No, it was the same person who's going to get it.
They said less.
Sorry?
They totally said yes.
He was going to make
They didn't say less.
No, he was going to make the same amount of money, but they were not offering anything else. He was going to make the same amount of money to fight Petrov as he was going to fight Avery.
So Ryan, my thing is this: one is bad enough that everyone's lying, but him to go and bash you on Twitter, how does that make you feel? I don't get it.
That's what tipped me over. I was willing to save the show and do anything I had to do. Because I always, no matter what we're going through, I want to fight, and I was gonna show, Golden Boy, all right, let's just do it. But once I seen that come out on Twitter, I mean, you could see my reaction.
Oh, yeah, right away.
Lupe looked at me and I said, nah, I'm not, nah, nobody's going to make me look bad either way and put me in a corner position. I'm going to tell the whole truth, because if I let that story be out there and I fight a replacement, man, and I knock out that replacement quick, you know what they're going to say? They're going to bash me like crazy. And I already get people bashing me. And that just makes it look even worse. Golden Boy says I'm scared and he's too tough. Then I take a replacement, knock him out. Man, how bad would that look on me?
Right.
So I took the approach all right, I want to fight Duno. Fuck that. I want to fight Duno. I'm not fighting nobody else. Or y'all, you guys want what you want? And that's actually what I wanted. I said it at his last fight. The reporters asked me, what do you want? I was like, easily. I want to fight him next. But Golden Boy does not want to. They think that I'm some type of fighter that nobody knows, and I'm just a regular,
Joe Schmo.
Just fighting.
Right.
Look around. Everybody knows how I am. I'm selling. And people are asking for refunds. They're telling DAZN we're not watching. And that just affects them because DAZN's not even a part of it, and they're taking slack for Golden Boy's mistake. So it's look around. I know that. I think it's just the fact they strongly just don't support me the way that I thought they did. I honestly believe that now. They don't believe in me, and it's okay because I believe in myself, and I believe in my team, and I believe in my hard work.
That's right.
I believe in my hard work.
Do you try to get your release, or obviously it's a bad situation?
Yeah, it's a bad situation.
It's a horrible one.
Yeah, but we're just gonna go back home, rest a couple days, regroup, and then make a decision. I don't think that right now, we're in a position to say this is what's gonna happen next.
Do you think that everything was, even the bad blood and the friction between Team Garcia and Golden Boy, do you think that that Golden Boy premeditated all of this? Because the Golden Boy's legal counsel until Thursday said that everything was going to be resolved.
You know what? I don't know. That's what it looks like. And shoot, if the color's blue is blue, then it's blue.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
A spade is a spade.
I call a spade a spade.
Were you guaranteed the money that you were expected to get for fighting Avery Sparrow?
I don't know if that money's getting. I don't even know if they're gonna pay me for making weigh-in for their mistake. I don't know, and that would be messed up.
Hey, Ryan, question. So you're referring to Canelo, right?
Yes.
What did Canelo have to say about this? Because he's already pissed off the Golden Boy as it is.
I'm not even speak on his comments.
We'll let
Canelo tell you if you ask him.
Okay, but all right. Well, let me just ask this though. Did Canelo have anything? Did he have anything to say to you? Did you talk to him afterward?
Yeah, between us, he did.
Okay. All right.
Support.
So, I mean, what was going through your mind when you saw these tweets of Eric Gomez? Do you think was that kind of like surreal? Like, I was like, what? I had so many calls from people in boxing I couldn't believe it.
I mean, can you believe, like, publicly, my own promotion company literally trying to make it seem a type of way? Anybody who knows me knows I would never say that. That would never come out my mouth.
Absolutely.
Ryan Garcia says Duno is too tough. Oh no, that guy's too tough. Oh
my God.
man, he almost lost his last fight. What am I scared of? And the guy he fought was literally not that good. I mean, no disrespect, but he was just a come forward fighter that takes a lot of shots. Why would I think he's too tough? I told my mom and dad after that. I was like, oh my God, they put me in the ring with him. This is gonna be too easy.
Right.
And then we tried to work it out for this fight. That was my first choice. I said, Duna. Oh, can I have this amount of money? No, you can't. No. And they were like, no. Okay, then I'll fight Avery Sparrow. Okay, sure, you can fight Avery Sparrow. Like, it was like nobody. They want me to fight him for less money. I don't know. I don't get and we're not even asking for a lot. It's like,
right.
It's just fair. Like, if you're gonna gross a certain amount of money, and I'm basically the main draw.
Yeah, and look,
Like,
I could say this without saying specific numbers. I could say that, in my opinion, Ryan has been underpaid and is continuing to be underpaid, and that's my personal opinion based on all my knowledge of fighters at his level. Ryan is an elite level fighter who's got this massive following. And the guys that are in this similarly situated as Ryan make a lot more money than Ryan,
A lot more.
So, without getting into specifics, believe me that we weren't asking for a lot of money.
Right.
I mean, if you want to look at opponents, like everybody claims you're not fighting this, that, man, we could look at some of the top fighters and see what they made facing their type of opposition, and then you tell me what's right or wrong, and they don't even have the same following as me. Like, I see all the top prospects right now fighting fighters that are not that good. Like, let's just be honest, they're not that good, they're slow, and they're still getting paid 3 times more than me, and I have a bigger following than them. So at the end of the day, like, I mean, shit, if nobody's gonna protect me, and
Question for Mr. Valencia. Is there a way out of that contract with Golden Boy, sir?
Well, I don't really want to get into the contract issues. I mean, we're just like today. We're just a few hours away from having had to cancel this fight because of a mistake that they made. So, I don't really want to comment on the legal side of it right now. It's just too fresh, but something that maybe will come up later, but I just don't know.
I just don't know why nobody called me. Oscar hasn't called me. Nobody has called. Oscar has my number. Oscar has my personal number.
He called your mom at midnight.
He called my mom
At midnight.
but he didn't call me, and nobody wants to come to me as shoot, just a little support or like.
Well, they had to get through a concert. They were at a concert, all of them.
Seriously?
Yes, they were at a concert. That's what they told me. They just got out of a concert.
I didn't even know.
So wait, Ryan.
Yeah.
So Eric didn't call you? Did Eric call you?
Nobody called me, and they all have my number.
No one called you.
Nobody called me.
That's incredible.
But they tweeted you.
They tweeted me, and that's why I wrote on Twitter. I was like, "Stop talking on Twitter. Let's get to the table." And I wanted to make the fight more than anything. Anybody who knows me, like I'll fight it for a little bit, But I always say to the end, like, fuck that, let's fight, let's get it on. Like,
Well, that's your pride.
that's all. And I've always done that, and ever since I was young. Like, my mom, she was like, Ryan, why don't you move down the weight? You know, you could have an easier competition in this tournament. I was like, and I would say, nah, I'm fighting.
He would get really mad at me.
And
I don't do that. I don't duck nobody. I'm going to fight the best.
I would get
So
pissed.
why change?
I would get pissed. I was like, nah, Mom, I still want to fight Devin in the final. I don't care. Like, but that was the best fight. But
yeah. It still goes back to what I'm saying. It's like, I know Ryan would fight Duno. I know that. And there's not a problem there. There's not. But it's like, what respect do they have for Ivan Delgado? I mean, they're just going to push him to the curb now after they said they're going to declare
well, that's
this.
not their fighter, so they don't care.
Huh?
That's not their fighter, so they don't care.
it's not.
I think it is.
No, I think not
Not
the fighter.
anymore?
That's what they told me.
Okay,
It's not the
but
fighter.
they did say they were going to go through with the fight. See, that's the thing. So Ryan weighs in after that. So now they're going to not even care about Ivan Delgado. They're going to just want to push this when they said, okay, November, Ryan will fight Duno.
I know the whole time, all the press conferences, Ryan's going to fight Duno next. Don't worry. November 2nd, like pretty much that's what it was looking like. Then all of a sudden,
they want to fight him.
They were going to fight
Today,
the last
or
minute.
something.
He gets arrested. Man, I don't believe that.
Setup.
No, I don't believe that. And, you know.
But do you know why they just didn't arrest him when he arrived here?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, I found out on Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, that they were looking for him. So people knew.
Right,
And
exactly.
the first thing I did was I called Lupe. And,
That was Tuesday.
you know.
That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday, you're right. That was Tuesday.
You just gave up the source. That was Tuesday.
Even that you're the main draw tonight, or you were the main draw tonight, was there communication to fans and to ticket holders that you are not going to be fighting tonight? Is Golden Boy doing any of that?
Golden Boy has not made an announcement, but I will make an announcement right now. Literally, we already had the statement ready. I took down the post that said I wasn't gonna fight because I thought I could make another deal real quick. Because I was like, you know what? Nah, I still have a chance, so I'm gonna take it down real quick. But since now it's clear and it's set in stone, we're gonna make an official statement out.
You can read it here right now, too.
Yeah, I'll read it right now. So
You got the edited
yeah.
version?
Do I have it? Oh yeah, I got it.
The edited don't
So it's right here.
tirelessly instead of effortlessly.
Yeah. So I am going to write for an official statement for me. I want to thank all of my fans for your support. It's because of you that I get motivated to train and to be a fighter. I want to apologize. Unfortunately, I will not be fighting on Saturday, September 14th, but hope to be back very, very soon. And I owe you guys one. My promoter acted in a very unprofessional manner and pattern at this point, saying things that were false about me. I'm a fighter and not afraid to fight anyone. My team tried tirelessly to negotiate a fair purse amount to save the show, but my promoter has shown little interest in my career, and I promise I tried for my fans. But like all things in life, I'm staying positive and will come back soon. Love everybody, and there it is. That's my official statement.
Question, so a lot of fighters in this situation probably wouldn't have stood up for themselves. How important was it for you to leverage your following and everything to make sure that the real story got out?
It's the only way that, a statement could be made and I could get my respect. And I know at these moments in life, most people would have been scared, They would have just, laid down and let whatever happen because, a lot of people feel like they can't stand up to, I guess, you say the higher power. But, if you know your worth and you know what you're capable of doing, you should never be afraid, and you should always stand up for yourself and stand up for what you feel is right. Just as Muhammad Ali did when he felt it was right to not go to war. And they took all of his bouts away, and, I bet that was a tough situation for him. But he did it. So, this is a tough situation for me, but, I'm okay. I feel good.
All right, guys. We're gonna.
One question quick for you, Ryan.
Okay.
what was the deal with that ridiculous Instagram post where Oscar had it, where Avery Sparrow was saying, "Oh, you're nothing but a golden boy," and it seemed like it was edited.
Man, it was edited. That wasn't even close to being the full thing, and it was like cut to the point part where it says you need Golden Boy. Without Golden Boy, you wouldn't be anywhere where you're at. Like, come on, how? Like, can you make it a little less obvious what you're trying to do?
Many people are with Golden Boy. Golden Boy gives them the same platform and opportunity. It's what you do with the opportunity, and Ryan has capitalized on that opportunity. So not everybody who signs with the promoter, whether it's Golden Boy or anybody else, is going to instantly get.
How many fighters are signed to all these
yeah.
promotion companies, and how many of them are stars? I'll leave it at that.
And I'll just make one more statement about that. It's not promoters that make stars, it's stars that make themselves. If you're a great fighter, you're a great person, you're going to make it with or without promoters. There's great fighters who don't have a big promotion company and they're still great fighters. Look at, for example, Floyd Mayweather. He's made $1 billion on his own.
I have one last question. Hey, Ryan, I know you can't say what Canelo told you, but I saw Eric Gomez say yesterday that all the issues with Canelo are resolved now. I don't believe that. Would you say that's accurate?
I'm not gonna make a comment on that one. I'm gonna let Canelo just whenever he wants, he'll answer those.
All right.
Okay, guys, thanks everybody for being here.